Hey there, ready to dive into a pool of positivity?
Sounds fun.
We're exploring 40 best good vibes, quotes to brighten your day, an article from splashlearn.com. And before you think this is just kid stuff, even though SplashLearn is known for making learning fun for kids, these quotes pack a punch for anyone looking to boost their mood.
Yeah, it's true. These quotes might seem simple at first glance, but there's actually some fascinating psychology behind why they work. I mean, why they resonate with us.
Okay, let's unpack that. What is the science behind a good vibes quote?
Well, you know how sometimes just reading a single positive affirmation can totally shift your entire mindset?
Like hitting the reset button on a bad day.
Totally. Exactly. And it's not just feel-good fluff. Research shows that even briefly focusing on positive affirmations can activate the reward centers in our brains, releasing those feel-good chemicals like dopamine. It's like giving your brain a mini mental vacation.
So it's not just about the words themselves, it's about how those words make our brains light up.
That's really interesting. Precisely. And, the article emphasizes sharing these quotes to spread the positivity even further. That idea of a ripple effect really got me thinking.
Plus, good vibes are contagious.
Exactly. Our emotions are incredibly contagious. When we consciously choose to focus on the positive, to share messages of hope and encouragement, it can create a chain reaction, potentially brightening someone else's day and boosting our own mood in the process.
So we've got the science of good vibes down. But this article gives us 40 quotes to work with. How do we actually apply this in our lives?
That's the exciting part. It's like having a toolkit of positive affirmations right at your fingertips. And some of these quotes, like, let it challenge you to change you, really highlight how we can reframe challenges as opportunities.
That one really jumped out at me too. It's easy to get bogged down by obstacles, but this quote is like a little nudge to view them differently. What's fascinating to me is the idea of challenges leading to personal growth.
Right. It's about shifting from a mindset of this is happening to me to this is happening for me. When we approach challenges with a growth mindset, we're more likely to see setbacks as temporary and view them as learning experiences.
It's like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But instead of just surviving, we're actually using those challenges to level up.
Exactly. And another quote that speaks to this idea of personal growth is recognize your struggle to recognize your progress. It's so easy to get caught up in striving for the next big thing that we forget to acknowledge how far we've come.
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely guilty of that. It's like we're so busy looking ahead that we don't take the time to celebrate the wins along the way, no matter how small they might seem.
And those small wins are crucial. Acknowledging our efforts, even the ones that don't result in a huge victory, helps build self-compassion and resilience. It's about recognizing that progress isn't always linear.
Okay, I love that. So we've talked about embracing challenges and acknowledging our progress, but there's another aspect to this whole good vibes equation, right? The article also talks about owning your individuality with a quote that I absolutely loved. I am me, and there's absolutely no one else I'd rather be.
Isn't that a fantastic affirmation of self-acceptance? In a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages about who we should be, this quote is a breath of fresh air. It encourages us to embrace our authentic selves, quirks and all.
It's like a permission slip to let go of those unrealistic expectations and celebrate what makes you, well, you.
And that self-acceptance, that's where genuine confidence and happiness stem from. It's about recognizing that your worthiness isn't dependent on fitting into a mold.
Because let's be real, trying to be someone you're not is exhausting, and ultimately it's unsustainable.
Absolutely. This quote is a reminder that you are enough just as you are.
So we've got quotes to inspire us to embrace challenges, acknowledge our progress, and celebrate our true selves. It's like a roadmap to cultivating a more positive and fulfilling life. But the article doesn't just leave us with these introspective nuggets of wisdom. It also touches on how we share these good vibes, particularly in the online world.
Right. It specifically mentions using these quotes as Instagram captions, which is interesting because it taps into this whole trend of seeking and sharing positivity online.
And it's true, scrolling through your feed, it feels like everyone's looking for that perfect inspirational quote to pair with their latest selfie or sunset picture. But is it really all sunshine and rainbows?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's great to spread good vibes, but the online world can kind of blur the line between authenticity and, well, a carefully curated highlight reel, This whole trend of sharing positivity online makes you think about the pressure to present a certain image, even if it doesn't exactly reflect reality.
It's like everyone's trying to out-positive each other. And it makes you wonder, where's the space for the not-so-perfect moments, the struggles, the realness of everyday life.
Exactly. And for the person scrolling through, seeing all this curated positivity can actually have the opposite effect, making them feel inadequate or like they're not measuring up. It's what people are calling toxic positivity, this pressure to be happy and optimistic all the time, even when it's not genuine.
So how do we navigate this digital landscape in a way that feels authentic? How do we share those good vibes without contributing to this pressure to be perfect?
I think it's about being mindful and intentional. We can be selective about the accounts we follow, choosing those that feel genuine and relatable. And when it comes to our own posts, maybe it's about finding a balance between the highlight reel and the real deal.
So a little dose of honesty to go with those good vibes. I like that.
Hmm.
But how does this translate offline? How do we cultivate genuine positivity in our everyday lives beyond the perfectly filtered world of Instagram?
It goes back to those core principles we've been discussing. Self-acceptance, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, celebrating those small victories. These aren't just practices for social media, they're tools for building a more positive and resilient mindset in all areas of our lives.
And maybe, just maybe, by focusing on cultivating those good vibes from the inside out, we naturally start radiating that positivity outward, both online and offline.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful way to spread positivity is to live it authentically in all its messy and beautiful complexity.
And speaking of living authentically, this article ends with a powerful call to action. Find your own game and conquer it. So to you listening, I ask, what's your game? What challenges are you facing? What victories, big or small, are you celebrating today? And remember, you are capable of incredible things. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and keep those good vibes flowing.